Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box, where today I want to talk about one of the great hand percussionists of all time, the great conga player, as well as many other forms of primarily hand percussion and composer, Mongo Santamaría. Now, his career was really long. He was born in 1917, died at the age of 85 in 2003, and over that period, he was a part of so many interesting changes in music, from introducing Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latino hand percussion to an audience that wasn't really accustomed to seeing it front and center. Maybe as a side piece, maybe in certain areas, the Cuban parts of Florida, the Puerto Rican parts of New York, but to a national and international audience, his records and his performances were absolutely revelatory. And the fact that he was an absolute virtuoso at what he did really made people keep on keeping on when it comes to listening to his music. By the late 60s, he was incorporating the sort of groovy, somewhat psychedelic sounds of the time into his music. By the 70s, he was embracing a kind of Afro-Latino sort of fusiony sound into his music. He was always someone who was very much with the times, and as the musical language and as the arrangements of jazz and of pop and of dance music began to broaden throughout the 60s and 70s, hand percussion became increasingly prominent. And as one of the people who helped to introduce this as a virtuosic style of performance and composition to mainstream US audiences, I would say that he went through a huge renaissance in the 70s because it was as though his time had come and he was absolutely there for it. But his career most certainly did not end there. He was absolutely prolific throughout the 80s, both with his own material and with multiple collaborations with others. And then in the late 90s, his take on the great Herbie Hancock tune Watermelon Man became a hit all over again at that stage in his career. So if you want really groovy, soulful hand percussion, that is really center stage in groups of great musicians that Mongo Santamaria always played with. Check out his stuff. He was absolutely prolific, and luckily for you, most of it is available to stream. As always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.